Welcome back, everyone. Now a follow-up to a News 5 investigation. This spring, we brought to light the massive amount of overtime being spent by the Mobile County Sheriff's Office. Some deputies getting paid more than $200,000 a year, claiming to have worked, in some cases, an average of 50 hours of overtime a month. Now we're going back to see what changes have been made, and we've discovered that there is an issue that's keeping the sheriff from fully getting a grip on the problem. When Paul Burch became sheriff earlier this year, he inherited a problem of runaway overtime within the department and at Metro Jail. In May, we reported that 18 workers last year logged more than 1,000 overtime hours, meaning they averaged about 20 hours of OT a week. They earned a combined $1.3 million in overtime pay. Burch promised to crack down, especially on these huge OT earners, with drastic changes to how overtime is approved and reported.
And that was working well until the implementation of a new payroll system with the county. And now we're, I don't want to say back to square one, but we're unable to track and see where it's being spent.
Burch says he doesn't know how much overtime each individual employee is now working. A printout like this from last year showing each worker how much OT they worked and how much they were paid now cannot be generated. The sheriff's office has more than 600 employees, deputies in the field, support and administrative staff, and corrections workers at Metro Jail. What the sheriff's office does not have is its own payroll system. It doesn't cut its own paychecks. That's all done down the street at Government Plaza by the County Commission office. And the county recently installed a new payroll system, which Burch says has made it impossible to get a printout of individual overtime.
Like with any new system, there are bugs to be worked out, and unfortunately it's a big bug for us.
We asked the county to tell us more about its new payroll system and why it can't produce detailed reports on individual employees, something the sheriff's office says is crucial to keeping overtime in check. No one would go on camera to answer questions. Instead, a spokesperson provided this statement. Modernizing the crucial functions of finance and HR payroll is a complex process. Mobile County was only recently made fully aware of the detailed report needed by the Mobile County Sheriff's Office and is working to accommodate what's needed. The optics are not great. How frustrating has that been for you not to be able to compare apples to apples at this point?
It's frustrating.
Burch says despite not getting individual reports, he does have overall OT numbers.
We were able to scale back significantly.
In the first 5 months since the sheriff's office has implemented its new overtime procedures, the department has paid anywhere from $170,000 in OT in July to $334,000 in August.
It's a significant savings, over $100,000 a month that we've saved thus far.
When you look at these numbers and how you've been able to cut these back, do you then look back and say, man, we wasted a lot of money over the past few years on overtime?
Yeah, I would say in certain instances, where it was abused, that certainly is waste, but it's just a necessity of law enforcement. I'm not willing to sacrifice the service to the community or the safety of the deputies for numbers.
A county spokesperson says it should only be a few more weeks before the payroll system can provide the sheriff with the individual overtime reports that he says he needs. We'll keep you posted.